All right, ladies and gentlemen, first thing first, I want to say happy birthday, Ever El Minestrone
Ministro.
and Ministro. Happy birthday,
Thank you.
bro. The
Thank
three
you so much.
six.
36. Yep.
Happy birthday. It is your birthday, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any big plans for your birthday?
Just dinner and stuff, you know.
How was it? Did you go? Did you know what
Yeah.
happened? How'd it go?
Yeah. It was good. Had some good time, some food and stuff. So it was good.
Nice, man. Nice. Hey, man, but don't worry. You and me are going to celebrate your birthday
Oh yeah.
soon, soon. Soon, and maybe we'll hit somewhere where there's a lot of pose, if you feel me.
Yeah.
A lot of pose, but yeah, man, happy birthday. The last time we celebrated your birthday was a few years ago when we went to Louisville, Kentucky. You remember
Right.
that?
Oh yeah. We went to TNA or Impact at the time.
Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky Impact for TNA Sacrifice.
Yeah. I met
uh
Chelsea Green, Mickey James,
yeah,
Deanna Perrazzo. What's his name?
Trey Miguel.
Trey Miguel. Yeah.
I even got Mickey James and Chelsea Green to sing you happy birthday. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah. Then I got a free DVD and stuff, Slimeversary or something.
Oh, that happened in oh yeah, that did happen in Louisville.
They gave us to us like, yeah, and like, yeah, it's my
Yeah, I
birthday.
remember.
Like, you drove all the way from Chicago. Like, yeah, here's a free DVD. Like, choose the DVD you want. Like, oh, cool.
And man, lucky bastard. Lucky. I gotta go to an event. I gotta go to a TNA show on my birthday.
Yeah.
I really got to. But no, that's cool. But like I'm glad, yeah, we had a great time. It was a nice trip. We stayed overnight. The main event was Moose versus Heath, formerly known as Heath Slater, right?
Right. Yeah.
In
Heath Slater.
WWE NXT uh tag team champion with Rhino. And then we got to see Alex Shelley, who is a current WWE superstar with Chris Sabin.
Yeah.
We also got to see wrestle. Uh, we got to see who Alex Shelley had a match of the night with Jay White.
Yeah. What happened to
Uh,
that guy?
he's in AEW,
Oh, that's it.
fortunately.
Oh, wow.
He's doing all right. I mean, I just feel like he should have stayed or signed with Impact Wrestling.
Right.
That's just my opinion. And eventually he could have gone to NXT.
Yeah.
We also got to see uh what's it called? What's Jonah, who is Bronson Reed in
Oh,
WWE. But
yeah.
fortunately he's out, but he was getting a push before before he got injured.
Right.
So, and
Yeah.
that was a hell of a match where he faced PCO. So, and then we're gonna see this year's main event for Sacrifice. Moose is in the main event once again. I think this is his third or fourth main event for Sacrifice.
Wow. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
been in it for a while.
Yeah. I believe his first main event in Sacrifice was against Rich Fromm. Uh then the other one was against Heath. And then another one was against Eric Young.
Wow. Yeah. He's been,
All for the Impact World Heavyweight Champion, by the way.
wow. He's been
Some was he was the challenger, and some were he was the what's it called?
champion.
The champion. And this one, he is going to walk in as the X Division champion against Jeff Hardy in a ladder match, bro. That's gonna be
Wow.
awesome. So that's gonna be something to look forward with TNA and all that. But we only talked about that because of flashback memory and also sacrifices this Friday, baby. But ever, man, I gotta say, man, I missed you, bro.
Yeah, man. Life,
So
right? Been
I
busy.
know, man. Life sucks. I dislocated my shoulder not that long ago. Remember
Okay.
that? I had to
Yeah.
pop it back in. That sucked. Took a while for my shoulder to recover from, but I'm all better now.
Good,
I'm
good.
all better.
Did you
Jer.
have like physical therapy or do you just like let it heal?
Well, it's not my first time dislocating my shoulder, so I did do physical therapy, but just at home. Like I
Uh-huh.
said, I already knew what to do. It's not my
Right.
first time dislocating my shoulder, man. It really isn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but ever since my weight loss journey and all that stuff, I've been doing more like stretching. I mean, I always done stretching. I always stretch. But ever since the weight loss, I've been more flexible. so so I've been doing more stretching and all that stuff because I kind of had to. My muscle get tightened up, you
Mhm.
know. So and I'm getting sick and tired of this weather, man. Trying to hurry up with the summer, spring season because I'm trying to get my steps in, trying to do more
Mhm.
hiking, you know. Ever you will you ever do hiking? We gotta go to Wisconsin, go do some hiking.
I would do it. Yeah. I just
Bro,
gotta get the I just gotta get the right shoes. That's all I need.
that's true, man. Now, before will you be down? I mean, I know it's a drive, but I mean it's like an all day thing.
Yeah, we could stop in Milwaukee and grab like
That's
like
what I'm
three.
saying, bro.
Yeah, I'm
How
down.
early would how early will you be down to go?
I don't know, man. Well, from here to Milwaukee is for me. I'm farther south than you, so I don't
But
know. It's like
all you gotta do is drive up to me, and then I could drive up the rest. You could leave your car, and so
probably
we
be like an hour drive just to get to you. So probably be like not super early, but not too late either.
yeah. I mean, we'll discuss it off camera on that part. But
Yeah,
if you're really down to plan it, we could. I'm telling you,
yeah, yeah.
we could go hiking first, and then we could go to the city for some grub. But here's the thing: there's some nice local restaurants in the hiking area that we could go to for grub.
Yeah. Mm.
I kind of understand because are you vegetarian? You're no,
Yeah.
you're vegetarian. I'm assuming that's why you want to go to the city. Unless you want to go to the city, because then we could get it. Then we could do like a 2 day trip then.
True. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we could because then we could have a trip in the city and also do a trip for the trails and all that.
Yeah,
So
I'd be down. That'd
yeah,
be kind of cool.
we'll probably do the trails first.
Yeah.
That way we can recover the next day from all that walking. Because the trail that I want to go to, I think is 17 miles.
Oh, damn.
So you think you could do that 17 miles?
I could try. I mean, let's see what happens. To drag
Oh
me,
man.
bro. To drag me in the car.
I'm gonna tell you, hey man, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna hey, you do that getaway weekend with me. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's gonna change your life a little bit.
Wow.
All right. Ever the forever. We are watching John Cena versus LA Knight. Yeah. Versus the Bloodline. Solo and Jimmy Uso tag team match that happened back at WWE's event Fastlane, Indiana. We watched this live. Do you remember this?
Yeah, we drove there. I think we did like a quick trip. Like we went, drove back the same day. We're like, dude, are you sure? Like, yeah, let's just drive back. Like,
I'm
we
gonna
were in the nosebleeds though, but it was crazy.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't remember much on how we planned this event. Do you remember?
I think we decided like, hey, let's go early. Let's drive there. Let's go grab some food at a Mexican restaurant down the street.
But we
Get a
didn't
few.
knew about the Mexican restaurant.
No,
That was
we parked and we're like, hey, we're
yeah,
here like 2 hours early. Let's just
yeah. That
see if
was
we could
the
like,
idea.
yeah,
That was the idea of
and that's
to
yeah,
eat. But
yeah.
that place that we ate,
Wasn't planned.
it
It
wasn't
wasn't.
planned.
It was like, hey, look at this spot right here. It's right
Yeah,
down the street from the arena. Let's just go
right.
there. And then we went there. We spent some time there, and then we're like, okay, let's just go. Now just go wait in line. And then that's when we just went in eventually.
And then we forgot about the time difference, so we went in line
Oh
a
yeah,
little bit too early.
yeah. I'm like, oh
So
man.
yeah, that was a little disappointing because we could have still been in the bar chilling. Look at that.
Or like
Oh
leave the house a little later. It could have been
no,
like,
no, no.
no.
That we left at a good time to be
Yeah,
honest. For
yeah,
my first time going to Indiana, just like that, I passed by Indiana multiple times, but just to stay there and to experience their time difference, that was the first time for me.
yeah. I think we
And
were gonna make a game time decision to stay or not because it was late. We were both kind of tired. Like, should we stay or go? And you're like, let's just go.
yeah, well, yeah, we just yeah because there was no need at that point.
Yeah. If it was like a
And
6 hour drive or 7 hour drive, like, oh, you know what? Probably
what are
too far
you
now.
talking about? 6 hours drive,
No,
bro.
if it was a four. It was
Oh
like three.
yeah,
If it was like if we were like in Michigan or something, that's still 4 hours. Never mind. It was like Ohio. I'm like, oh, we're not going that far. We're
Uh,
gonna stay.
no, to be honest, here's the thing though. I think what would have happened is I probably would not spend the night there. I think we would have just like let's just dry off away from the city,
Yeah,
you know, and then just play it by ear, kind of like that. Because I know
yeah,
for a fact, I think 3 hours, 4 hours, I probably would have been able to do. At least from that point, we probably would have been in Indiana. So at that point, we probably would have either stayed or I probably would have asked you if you would have been able to drive,
yeah,
from that point. But yeah, but Indiana wasn't bad. It was just a 3 hour drive. And the goal was let's get out of the city first
yeah.
and let's see how well I do. And we drove up to we got off the expressway to go get gas, and then we ended up eating at IHOP, I believe, right? Oh, look at that nice shoulder
Yeah, yeah,
tackle.
I think so. It was IHOP or Denny's, but I forgot
Yeah,
which one of the two. It was greasy breakfast food, that's for sure.
yeah, I ate a lot that day. That day we ate a lot of food that day,
But
man.
even that
We had
year,
a lot
yeah,
of drinks
yeah.
that night too.
But that year, I think we went a lot of shows. I think we were just burned out by this. By this, no, we were so. This is the early on. Fastlane 2023 was like early, right?
Yeah,
I
I
know.
think this was SummerSlam was the first one.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Uso's in the ring, John Cena's in the ring. Look at that split move.
Ooh,
Ooh, John Cena. John Cena. Dude, it's funny how we thought this was gonna be it for John Cena. We never
right
expected
here,
that he
right?
was gonna no well no, well WrestleMania 40, we thought it was gonna be it for Cena.
Yeah.
Um, but surprised that he's getting a last tour. Glad that he is. Uh it sucks that it's here, but at least we're getting a last tour. Ooh, nice uppercut.
So, oh, there we go. Wow, Jimmy Uso bringing it. You think he's gonna pull like a Ric Flair's? Like, oh, I'm gonna come back in 2 years. Like, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, he's still young. I mean, even Ric Flair's trying to come back again. You
I
know?
mean,
What's your
yeah,
thing? What's your opinion on that? Like, you think he's like for real, or is he like gonna pull a Ric Flair where he
no,
retires at WrestleMania and he comes back? Well, obviously not in TNA or something, but
right.
obviously he doesn't show up to any company. But like, he might show up in 2 years. You know?
No, because Ric Flair, he loves wrestling. He loves professional wrestling.
Yeah.
John Cena's a WWE guy.
Yeah.
Um, so Ric Flair loves the crowd. He loves wrestling, and it's easy to him. That's why people love working with him. And also John Cena, yeah, he's a young man, but the thing is, he's been the face of the company for 12 years, bro.
Wow, that's
12
crazy, right?
years. Yeah. They're the wrestlers these days, bro. Roman Reigns is working less days because of thanks to guys like John Cena. You know what I mean? John Cena was the face of the company for 12 years. And the type of matches he's been, he's a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
and when you're trying to be strong, because that's what basically is a bodybuilder's trying to, it's more about strength, if I'm not mistaken. um that hurts, man. Your body's always sore from working
Yeah.
out, you
Always.
know always sore. And then he's a wrestler, and he has to take, obviously, but that's the thing, the way how he wrestles is what allowed him to be the face of the company for 12 years.
Right.
You know, it was those high risk moves that he was taking that took him off the shelf.
Yeah.
So that's why he would only do it on rare occasions, special
Ooh.
occasions. Damn. So no, I think once John Cena is done, he's done completely.
Yeah.
uh, you know. But I mean, he's doing movies. He's doing pretty good on movies.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
prefer him doing more Marvel movies, more comedy films. He's doing pretty. His roles has been getting better. His acting has been getting better. It's not like The Rock where he just plays the same character all the time, even in
Just a different
WWE.
name. There's a different name.
Yeah, basically, John Cena's kind of trying to be like Batista. He wants to play the role, whatever that role is. He doesn't want to be himself.
Yeah. Because I know John Cena's a peacemaker and they're gonna make a season two. I think they're filming it. That's why he was gone until now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
probably why he just came back because he was filming Peacemaker season two. So look
Yeah.
at that crowd. We were like up there. You see that video? The
Yeah.
zoom out of the crowd. We were like probably there.
We were impressed that it was a sold out show. But remember, John Cena was added to this event last minute.
Wow. That's probably why they gave them that's why they gave Indy a bunch of stuff. Like, oh, look at this crowd. We last minute John Cena and they sold out. Let's just keep giving him more shows. Royal Rumble. They
Damn,
might
I
get a
didn't.
Royal. They might get a WrestleMania before Chicago. I mean, Chicago already had two of them.
They will. They're
Yeah, that's like
confirmed.
what?
They're confirmed for a WrestleMania. Royal Rumble,
Maybe tag.
SummerSlam,
Yeah.
and WrestleMania.
Wow.
Yeah. So what was supposed to happen was Indiana was supposed to happen at 42.
So this one or
Yeah.
last next one.
Right.
No, I thought Minneapolis was supposed to have this one. Minnesota. But then Vegas took
No,
it. Like, oh,
yeah,
we're Vegas.
yeah. It was supposed to happen. Yeah, Minnesota was supposed to be this year WrestleMania, and then next year was supposed to be Indiana,
Wow.
and then the year after that it was going to be Indiana was going to be at the they were going to have SummerSlam, but then instead of Minnesota at WrestleMania, it's going to have two nights at SummerSlam for 2026. That was going to be the first SummerSlam ever. But then for some reason, they're going to have this year they're going to have two nights for SummerSlam at New Jersey, at the net wherever WrestleMania 29 took place.
Metfield?
Yeah, there you go.
MetLife?
Yeah,
MetLife?
yeah,
So they,
and
they pretty much screwed Minnesota and Indianapolis out of WrestleManias.
yeah. So Indiana's
Um,
probably going to happen at WrestleMania 43.
they don't
Um,
give it to Los Angeles again, or they don't give it back to New York or Miami again. It's always the same. LA, New York.
I feel like it could possibly be somewhere in California for 43. It would not
Nice.
surprise me.
Like, guys, come on. Nobody
Yeah.
nobody even lives there anymore. Everybody's leaving California.
The other place I think is Atlanta.
London, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
That
Yeah.
close, dude.
The same, you know what that same football where Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns were at for the bloodline?
The
Not the
Superdome?
bloodline for Bad Blood.
Yeah, the Atlanta Farm,
Yeah, whatever the
whatever.
Falcon stadium, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, nice
Ooh.
A from John Cena to Jimmy Uso.
Wait, has LA Knight been in a match yet?
I
No,
don't think
he
so.
hasn't. He hasn't tagged in at all. It's been John
No,
Cena the whole time.
I think he gets the hot tag.
But yeah, I mean, if Chicago had the stadium, it would have been Chicago more often. We would have gotten like probably two
I'm
WrestleManias
gonna be
since
honest,
since
man.
that since I went since the one I went to.
Man, if they could bring they could bring WrestleMania here. I'm still not going. But the traffic, bro.
Even if they like have a new stadium in like suburb somewhere, you wouldn't go. Let's
Yeah,
say they have it in
in
like
the suburbs, yeah.
let's say they have like WrestleMania, they make a new stadium, closed dome, like no, not open, like not Soldier Field. They open it in like
Rosemont.
Naperville, in Rosemont, Naperville, or
Yeah, they
obviously you
Blooming.
guys are not from.
They could have one in Bloomington. Rockford, I'll go.
Yeah,
It's the city of Chicago. I will not go.
itself. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if the Bears
it's
moved to like Arlington Heights, it would have been
they
like,
were
yep, it's
supposed
right
to.
there.
Yeah, they
I
were
know, right?
supposed to.
Oh, what's Paul Heyman doing? He's on the phone right
Ooh,
now.
call Roman Reigns.
I didn't know he had gray hair, like super gray hair and
I
something.
forgot that he had
He
gray hair.
he colored it then recently then.
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah. But
With
yeah, man.
Solo going to the top.
Ooh, ooh,
Ooh, you know what the biggest disappointing is? That Solo never became WWE Championship
champion. Yeah.
champion. Yeah, I
I mean,
thought
he's still got a chance. I mean, you never know in the future.
well, no, I thought at WrestleMania he was going to be walking in champion. To be honest,
Oh wow.
yeah, I thought
Okay.
he was going to face either Roman Reigns or what's it called, John Cena. That because you know how John Cena to get his win back over Solo.
Yeah, he never did he?
Yeah,
Like a single. I don't know about this match, but we're watching. Oh, they go solo with the pin.
I
Nope.
think Cena gets a win over Jimmy on this match.
Maybe. It's been a minute. We were there,
Yeah,
so we
I
should
know,
know.
right? It's been a while. I mean, we
Like, oh,
should. It was a crazy night.
it's crazy how like 2023 we went to so many shows. I think when was Hell in a Cell? 2022 or 2023?
That
The
was
one with Cody
22.
Rhodes.
22.
23, I know. We see. I think we went to SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Fastlane in a year.
Yeah.
This year, or last year, and this 2025, there's barely a show in the Midwest or barely a show in the U.S.
We also went to the SmackDown show in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was the two
Double
weeks.
header.
Yeah, 2 weeks
Yeah,
before Crown Jewels, I
yeah,
believe.
yeah. We're double
And
header. We're like, we got to go
yeah,
back. We gotta go.
what's it called? Oh, but we remember we went because tickets were cheap.
Oh yeah, there
And
was a
then
drive. It was like
and
an hour
yeah,
drive, anyways.
and then I think a week that week they announced that John Cena was going to be there. Oh no,
Oh
no, sorry. I think after Fastlane we found out that it was like because we bought the tickets already.
yeah,
We bought the tickets for both shows already. And I remember that talked about saying like if John Cena is going to be part of Crown Jewel, there's a chance that he may be on the SmackDown show that we're going to in Milwaukee.
yeah.
And then that day, that's when we found out. Oh, LA Knight made the tag. Oh,
Let's go.
clothesline on Jimmy. Look at that.
Oh, Russian leg sweep.
Nice slingshot, Irish whip, reverse. Another clothesline. Oh, no neck breaker.
Ooh.
He does the Rock neck breaker. That's the neck breaker that the Rock does.
Stubbing a hole on him like Stone Cold.
Give me a hell yeah.
Whoa, that was a good impression. Oh,
Oh,
solo.
DDT
Oh,
right there. Oh,
oh,
super kick. He kicked the air though. One, two. Damn, kick
oh,
out.
close. Okay, slow down again. What were you saying?
I have no idea. What were we talking about?
You saying about like the shows? Oh, SmackDown.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's when we found out about it was a double night, and we got to see John Cena twice, which is insane because normally you can't see him.
Oh, there goes Jimmy.
Jimmy's gonna fly. Oh,
Oh,
oh, LA Knight with a power slam. Now it's
and
getting
I think they even
heated.
announced Roman Reigns too. They even announced Roman Reigns, and we were like, "Oh wow, he's gonna be there." Because that's when he showed up sporadically. Remember?
Oh
Like, oh,
yeah,
he's
well,
gonna show up
LA.
at SmackDown. We're like, yeah, we're going.
Yeah, and that's where when we had that nice interruption with LA Knight.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
nice.
Because we were in the nosebleeds. We're like, oh, we dissed him. Oh, John Cena from the top. There we go.
Crossbody. Oh, there goes
No.
Jimmy. Oh,
Oh,
the splash on John Cena. All four men are down. The fans are chanting, "This is awesome." How do we know that? Because we were there.
that's a nice crossbody by Cena.
Yeah.
Back in the replay. And then Jimmy, boom,
Look at that splash. Boom. Triple
slow
choke.
motion.
Yeah, and I went back to the same arena for a SmackDown, the SmackDown before the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
And
nice.
that's where I got to see Cody Rhodes. Sorry, not Cody Rhodes. Damn, hold on. That's where I got to see CM Punk on SmackDown, bro. I freaked out, and he shared the ring with Kevin Owens holding the WWE Championship, the Winged Eagle Champion, bro. That was a moment. That wasn't even a match, but that was like, bro, that's good enough. That's good
Yeah.
enough. You know, that was awesome for me. I also got to see, man, what am I throwing a blank? I got to see Andrade versus The Miz, which was a good match, and it was great to see Andrade have to see him wrestle live.
Right.
Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Just dump LA Knight. Oh, Super Cena! AA time on Solo. Oh no!
oh,
Oh, super
oh.
kick right on Cena's nose, bro. Damn, from Jimmy. Jimmy like, man, screw your nose, Cena. Sorry, I couldn't see you. Try to go to the top rope.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
gotta
I
end it
know
right here.
he's got to end it. Also, and what was the main event? I believe it was Damian Priest versus Jacob, right? Was that the main event?
I think so, yeah.
So Jacob fought too. I love you so low.
Oh,
Look at that.
Oh,
Oh,
Solo too.
Solo get dumped. Oh, LA Knight to the top. Superplex. Boom,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. See, if he had a
Oh,
tag team partner, a nice splash would have been nice right there. Look at that. Like that. John Cena doing the "You Can't See Me," the five knuckle shuffle. You can't see me. That was great doing that again, man.
yeah, it
Boom.
was.
And then LA Knight right here. Oh, I guess LA Knight gets the win. Boom.
Oh,
Okay, so I knew I was right about Jimmy.
yeah. It's been a minute then.
Yeah.
One, two, three. There we go.
LA Knight.
So that was September then, right? Because Bad Blow was in October.
This is no, bro. Bad Blood was in
Fastlane?
2024. WWE Fastlane was
Oh,
this
that's
one
like. Oh, I
2023.
see the ad. Okay, that's okay. So this is like. Oh, okay.
That's where
I
you
was
got
like, wait,
the
what?
ad.
The
Like,
ad.
damn, bro.
Okay, so this
Like,
probably they probably released a video around October.
yeah, around Bad
That's why I was
Blood.
like, wait, Bad Blood was done in 2023. Then I
Yeah.
realized that. I was like, wait a minute. Then you said it, I was like, oh my God,
Bad Blood. Oh, okay, so
bro.
Bad Blood's around the corner.
I know, right? It's like, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but it's crazy. No, it's crazy how that lead to Solo versus John Cena at Crown Jewel, and Solo get beats John Cena clean. And we all thought at WrestleMania 40 we were going to get um, John Cena versus Solo. Solo didn't even have a match at WrestleMania. He was involved in the Bloodline match with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And then that's when John Cena made his return and basically took out Solo. And with Solo feuding with Cody Rhodes, I really thought that the Saturday night main event, we were going to get Solo versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. But he lost at Survivor Series, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I guess and then obviously that night we also found out that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes were going to face each other at Saturday night main event. So I was just like, damn, okay, well, I guess at WrestleMania, we're probably going to get Roman Reigns and Solo. And it didn't happen. And
No.
it happened on Raw's debut. And yeah, and then, but at that time, I thought one of the predictions for Solo was him winning the WWE Championship, going on to WrestleMania to face Cena, and then have basically have a final run with the Bloodline and The Rock, for Cena. So taking the title away from Solo, Cena wins his 17-time World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously defeats Solo in the main event. So it basically gets everything that we want, right?
Yeah.
Gives everything the fans want. Gives us Super Cena against Solo again, But again, is to leave something with The Rock. Not all the way, maybe just till SummerSlam or something. And then end the feud there. And then the rest be like, okay, it's just John Cena's regular tour at this point.
Yeah.
Just like that, have that be like the final thing
So you would
storyline.
say Cena wins the title against Solo and he
Right.
drops it to who?
Uh, either
The
Roman
Rock?
Reigns. I would say either Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Uh, but the only thing with that is here's the thing. I would rather have another Bloodline member win the Money in the Bank briefcase, or even Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, Drew
You know,
McIntyre would be a good choice.
yeah, somebody in that, like, because even like Jay or Drew McIntyre, where it's like have Cena drop the title to either Cody, um, or Roman Reigns, and Jay and Drew come in and cashes in on them.
Wow.
Or even cashes in on obviously Jay probably wouldn't. Jay will probably do like a "I want to face you, John Cena" kind of thing. But even that, I will have Jay win then if he's gonna
Hmm.
have. But yeah, I think Drew McIntyre would be an obvious cash in. I feel like Drew McIntyre is he could play both roles where it's
Yeah,
like
he can.
go does the sneaky cash in, hit a Claymore,
Mhm.
win, and then the other choice is to like, now I want to face you in a match, you know.
Yeah.
But again, that was my mindset of where I thought it was heading towards. That Solo was going to be WWE champion at WrestleMania, either against Cody Rhodes, like he's gonna get, face another bloodline at WrestleMania. Because that has happened with Hulk Hogan. He'll win the title at WrestleMania, drop the title, and then win it back at
Yeah.
at WrestleMania. And then the other thing was Solo versus Roman, and then Solo versus Cena. That's where I thought. But now
It's anybody's
Solo,
game.
yeah, now it's everybody's game at this point, which is crazy because things could change. It don't matter. Card subject could change. Now, after watching that ever, I want to get your thoughts of John Cena finally turning heel. See, like I said on the last episode, for me, uh, John Cena has turned heel. He's always been a bad guy in my
Yeah.
eyes. So, what are your thoughts?
I think it's due time because I felt like a lot of time, like you said, a lot of times during his career, he was already a heel. Like with the Eve Torres and the Zack Ryder thing, that's kind of heelish.
Thank
And
you
then
for
there's
bringing
also
that
like other
out.
examples where like he's definitely a heel, but they don't want to make him a heel. Like he does heelish stuff.
Right.
Like all this stuff where he like attacks people and stuff like that, or he's kind of a heel, but like, wait, is he a heel? And then like, where you question if he's a face or not. It's like it happened a lot during his career. So the fact that they finally pulled the trigger and actually made him a true heel again, because
Mhm.
people feel like he'd never been heel before. He was heel for like a year when he's
Yeah, we
stuck.
were booing him.
Yes, Dr. Thugonomics. He was rapping about the Big Show and Undertaker and all that, and people's
But that
parents.
was a long time ago.
That
A
was like
long
'02,
time
yeah.
ago.
That was like
Yeah,
'02, '03. So for the
long
fact
time
that they
ago.
finally did it, I'm like, well, might as well do it before he leaves. I'm like,
Right.
he's gotta. So I didn't expect it, but it's refreshing to actually see it.
Mhm.
I don't know who's gonna align with The Rock, but like, hey, what is it called? Like, the bigger the enemy, the bigger the friend. And they were enemies for what, two WrestleManias back to back,
Yep.
allegedly like the
Yeah.
last time ever. So for me, it's finally coming full circle, like a story where like, you know, we're like the next generation of superstar. We face each other, and then
Right.
years later we're aligned with each other. And then who knows,
It,
John
it,
Cena,
it's
the
it's like,
storyline.
yeah, it's a storyline. It's like Goku and Vegeta,
Yeah,
Goku and Frieza, Yugi and Kaiba. you know,
yeah,
uh, it was bound to happen, but we never thought it was going to happen.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If we knew for a fact The Rock and John Cena are going to be in the WWE for the next 10 years, we already knew an alliance is going to happen. A heel turn is going to happen. But now, obviously reality of their age and stuff like that, movies, timing, scheduling, to get in shape,
Yeah.
and the right story, it feels like John Cena turning heel and working with The Rock again is probably never going to happen again. But it's happening. Like
Yeah.
it's happening right now. That's the crazy part. So now, like you said, so at least we agreed. We've been
Yeah.
booing Cena for a while. He's been heelish before. We just never acknowledged him like that. Or WWE never did.
They never
Be-
wanted to pull the trigger on it. Like,
yeah,
oh, like we're leaning towards heel, but then like I don't know, he's making a lot of money as a face. That's just like give him
right.
a little heelish thing to please the crowd a little bit, but then we want more. Then we're like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we booed him because we're like, well, we know he could be a heel. Like he's literally doing heelish stuff. He's making out with like a guy's girlfriend and
He's
stuff like
both,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like you guys are already booing him. So what does it matter?
yeah,
I think the only issue was at that time was John Cena was mainly facing heels and not actual faces. I
yeah.
feel like that's what we needed more. Because it's like, yeah, you have John Cena as the good guy, but it'd be cool if he went against a face once in a while. You keep having him go against a bad guy, and then we're cheering for the bad guy. And booing for Cena, but then there's another half of crowd cheering for Cena.
Yeah. It
And
was
then
divided.
right. But then for the longest time, that was the issue. For the longest time, it was let's go Cena. Cena sucks, you know, for
Yeah.
the longest time. So basically, John Cena, every time he stepped in the ring, he was going against himself.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Technically,
Because I think
because
with in another example is like Roman Reigns, right? Eventually, people
right,
started booing him because we're like, oh no, they're gonna he's the like they're forcing him down our throat, you know?
yeah,
And eventually, we liked him even more once he turned heel because like, oh, he's even better now because people remember we were booing him and like he
yeah.
can't talk in the mic, he can't do this.
He's a better worker too.
Yeah, next thing you know, like once he turns heel, his stock like went to like, it broke the ceiling, you know, the
It
stock
really
in his.
did. Yeah,
So it's like, why not go with the crowd? The crowd's booing him, just lean into it. That's probably for a long time. John Cena, we were like, but then obviously he was gone for a while. Then when he came back, everybody cheered him. Oh, John Cena's back, and then he announced his retirement. Everybody's
mm,
sad. Oh, we booed him, but we still love him. You know, we still it's like a love hate relationship. But now it's like, ooh, now he could be truly a heel. You know, we don't know if he'll cheer him or
right.
not. You know, we don't really know if he'll be like cheered as a heel now. Like finally, gosh, gosh, we finally did it.
What's crazy in the 90s, 80s, is the crowd's cheering you, guess what? You're a baby face.
Right.
They're booing you, you're a heel. After 2010, they didn't care.
No.
They did not care. It was just like, no, we're making you a good guy. They're booing me.
Yeah.
Make
Like
me a bad guy.
every time I say a word, they boo me. Like, how's that a face? Like, how's that a good
Yeah,
thing?
it never made sense. So wrestling at that time was a weird time. Obviously, it was because of a certain man, but whatever. Triple
Yeah,
H is
also there's
doing his thing.
no competition then either. It was like
That's true.
what are they gonna do about it? What are they gonna do? Watch New Japan? No offense to New Japan at the time, but you know,
Yeah,
no offense to TNA, no offense to All
Ring of
Japan and
Honor
Ring
at
of
that
Honor and all
time.
that. Like, no offense, but like until AEW pretty much forced them to be like, hey, we gotta do better. Like if they
But it wasn't really so much of the wrestling because we did have some good matches here and there. You know, mainly it only involved with Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Bray
Mhm.
Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, so on. Um, but it was, but Ring of Honor had the great matches.
Yeah.
WWE at the time, it was just the story of it. It was all the stories. Like we understand you're all about the story, but the story was horrible.
Yeah.
You know,
There's
like
no creativity. It was
there
like,
wasn't
what are you gonna do about it? You know, like they're like, what are you gonna do about it? We're gonna do this if we want.
from 2010. Maybe no, I want to say that like maybe
Seven?
2011, all the way to like no, no, hold on, I'm tweaking. Maybe WrestleMania 31 or 32, maybe even WrestleMania 30 to
No.
WrestleMania maybe 37.
Wow. Okay.
What I'm about to say is the only thing I remember is the main event, like
Yeah.
the year wise, not pay per views,
Yeah.
like the top storylines. I just remember is the main event. So like whatever year it is, so basically starting from WrestleMania 31, what year? So 2015 to like current. I wouldn't say current, maybe all the way to 2021. All I remember is the main event matches, storylines
Yeah.
from the whole year, right? After that is I remember storylines from even the mid cards,
Wow.
you know, same goes with TNA and Impact Wrestling. I don't even remember main event matches,
Wow. Okay.
the storylines and feuds. But before all that, I remember the whole entire feud, everything, even from the opening match, the mid cards, tag team, women's, everything. I remember every storyline, So yeah, that's the one thing we're missing, man. We need more stories in the mid cards.
Yeah.
But what were we discussing? What were we talking about? John Cena?
John Cena. Yeah. So
John Cena.
I felt like it was in due time, especially like he's actually officially retiring. Who knows? He might make a heel turn. Like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. My
Yeah.
retirement tour is over. I'm still going. Like, you never
Yeah,
know.
yeah. What if he wins? What if he does win the WWE champion? What's
Yeah.
next?
For me,
You know?
like if he wins it at WrestleMania, the only logical thing would be he would have to turn against The Rock and face him at the last show of the year. I think that's what they're go. I think they're. I don't know who.
No, I think
No.
it should be Randy Orton.
Ooh.
Randy Orton has to be the guy, man.
To retire
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Ooh.
Randy Orton or John? Yeah, Randy Orton or John Cena. Randy Orton or R-Truth.
I don't know about R-Truth, but well,
But
R-Truth was NWA champion, so I don't know why
but
they
you know
don't.
what I was gonna say? It's crazy how we went from last year. You and me were discussing of who do we think John Cena should face. I
Hmm.
believe you picked CM Punk, and I
Yeah.
picked Dominic Mysterio, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And now he's in the main event, WrestleMania. He's in
Yeah.
the main event at WrestleMania.
For
Uh,
the
for
universal the
yeah,
title
there you go. I was throwing a blank. I was like, is it for the World Heavyweight Champion? No.
against Cody Rhodes of all
Yeah,
people. We're like,
yeah,
no
against
way.
Cody Rhodes.
I thought that time Cody would turn heel. Like, oh, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense. But no, now the heel is John Cena. So
right. John Cena turned heel, so it's just like, whoa, that's a big swerve. But we thought if John Cena was gonna win the Royal Rumble or win the Elimination Chamber to go on for the world title, we thought it was gonna be for the World Heavyweight Championship.
yeah,
So it was
against the
just
heel.
like,
It's against
yeah,
Gunther, the heel.
right. So now it's a big turn of where we're at. It's crazy. Now let's
Yeah.
go on to the new United States champion, LA Knight.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So thoughts on LA Knight being United States champion? What
I-
happened? I like how he became champion again?
He won it on a SmackDown. He
Yeah,
beat
but he
Nakamura.
yeah, but I thought wasn't there a triple threat tournament, and then I thought the winner of that match was gonna what's called be crowned champion, right? It was
No, Nakamura's champion. He
I
was
thought that
champion for 89 days.
I thought they vacated the title.
No, Nakamura was champion for 89 days.
Oh,
You probably think
was that tournament was just for a number one
contendership. Yeah.
it
It
was
was
just a
just to like,
contendership?
yeah, because WWE does more tournaments now because they want to use more of their roster. So SmackDown. So
Mm,
I think Nakamura originally beat LA Knight, and then for 89 days, Nakamura had the title,
right.
and then LA Knight beat him on SmackDown.
So he just won it back from
Yeah,
Shinsuke. There was no reason for Shinsuke to hold the title, basically.
exactly. So I kind of wish LA kept the title this whole time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I think in the middle it was like he was in a feud with like Carmelo Hayes and somebody else in those 89 days.
I think Carmelo Hayes should have been the one who was champion.
Hmm.
But
But I
not for
don't.
that, not for 98 days. I felt
Yeah.
like if he could have been champion, a short-term champion. And
Yeah.
then look with the Miz, right? So
Right.
imagine he could have dropped the title back to LA Knight and LA Knight could have been champion much longer. And then with the Miz going to SmackDown, he could have been
Right.
like, look, I'm a former United States champion. Matter of fact, while I was a United States champion, I was holding the Money in the Bank briefcase and also both Raw and SmackDown tag team titles.
Yeah. His luggage was heavy.
Right. So it's like it would have worked out of Carmelo Hayes having that short US title reign, and then the Miz could have brought that up instead of
Right.
Shinsuke being champion. No offense to Shinsuke, but it was just like, bro, you didn't do nothing with the title. And you change
No.
your gimmick as well. So yeah, so there was no point of LA Knight dropping the title to Shinsuke unless it was gonna be like a tag team thing, like a frenemies kind of thing, like MVP and Matt Hardy. Do you remember that
Oh.
feud? If it was gonna be something like similar like that, even going after the tag team titles and all that stuff, that would have been great. So not LA, Shinsuke Nakamura should have been a face then. But no, he didn't do anything with the title. Just to drop it back to LA Knight. LA Knight should have just had a longer reign. If he was gonna drop the title, he should have dropped the title to Carmelo Hayes.
Mm.
because at
Yeah.
least that way Carmelo Hayes could have had a short run, maybe like a week or two, drop it maybe to a baby face Shinsuke Nakamura, or even to a heel Nakamura, a former United States champion. Or he could have dropped it back to LA Knight. But I think dropping it with Shinsuke would have been cool because at least that way, look what happened. The Miz eventually went to SmackDown, and the Miz, a former United States champion, he could have took Mello under his wing, saying, "Hey, look, you could go out be under my wing and all that. Take my advice because I am a former United States champion, whatever longest reign champion.
Right.
And while I was the United States champion, I was also holding the Money in the Bank briefcase and also holding the Unified Tag Team Championships, SmackDown and Raw at the time. So, he knows what he's doing. Also, he main evented WrestleMania with John Cena, right? WWE champion. So, at least with that, Mello will probably be like, all right, I'll team up with you. you
Mm.
know not right away. I still like the whole I don't like us being a team. I want to be a solo thing. I'll still have that going, but at least eventually it'll be like, you know what, this guy is true. I was a former United States champion. I dropped it to Shinsuke in a week or two, or I dropped it back to LA Knight. Man, I'm gonna go take the Mrs. Advice, go be under his wing and all that stuff, and eventually they'll have a feud, and
Yeah.
build up. So it's like you got to think long term booking when it comes to this stuff, and especially when it comes to the mid card players. They need storytelling as well because remember, The Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, they were all mid cards at one point, and eventually that little rivalry that they had became money matches later on throughout the years. So 3 to 5 years, we may see Mello and The Miz in the main event. Maybe not for WrestleMania, but
Mm.
in the pay-per-view one day,
Right. Yeah.
just because of the story in the feud behind it is what I'm trying to say. Not
Yeah.
because Mello and The Miz's money. It's the story behind it if they build up something nice with it. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts of LA Knight. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah,
LA should. No, no, I agree, but well, LA Knight should never lost the title in the first place. He could have
right.
kept going as a US champion, defended it at several shows throughout the year, up to WrestleMania.
Mm,
Probably that's where I think he would lose it at, or he would keep going at WrestleMania as champion.
okay.
So I feel like you said Carmelo's in the picture, The Miz is in the picture. I think throw somebody else in there. I don't know who. I'm trying to remember who was on SmackDown because I confuse the roster sometimes.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu, Solo,
I'm gonna
maybe
be
Solo.
honest. I really thought it was gonna be Solo and LA Knight at WrestleMania for the United States champion. I
That'd be
mean, that
pretty
could
sick.
still be a possibility,
Yeah,
but for the longest, LA Knight and Jacob, they were feuding for a bit.
yeah, they were doing
Actually, I
that
don't
like
even
that.
think they have a match. Did they ever had a match?
No,
Or were they just tag team matches when they were in the ring together?
I think just tag team. I don't recall them facing each other one on one.
Hmm.
In the
So
Rumble too, I think they face each other inside the Rumble match, where it's like, Jacob was over here doing the Samoan drop and all that stuff. His move set.
so possibly LA Knight's either gonna face Jacob Fatu or both Jacob Fatu and Solo.
The thing is, Jacob wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't see Jacob taking the pin though. Like if they kept LA Knight as champion, because then you want to make Jacob look
Right.
strong. So for me, it's like it would have to be a triple threat match. Yeah, that's probably the best. But then Solo, I don't know if you wanted him to take the fall either. So maybe LA has to lose the title, which is sucks again because you want LA to stay
Right.
champion. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation because you don't want Jacob to look weak, you don't want LA to look weak, and you don't want Solo to look weak. So you might have to not, you might have to, if it was a triple threat, I would say LA Knight, Jacob Fatu, and the guy that takes the pinfall would be Carmelo Hayes or The Miz. One of those two guys will take the pin. or bring back
What? So wait,
Nakamura.
what's the match that you said you
So
wanted to?
for me, WrestleMania
Hmm.
would be LA Knight versus
Okay.
Jacob Fatu versus Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes. Okay.
Carmelo Hayes is the one that takes the pin because I don't want you don't want to make LA Knight to look weak if he retains, and you don't want Jacob Fatu to look weak if he takes the pin. You know what I mean?
Ooh, and then the
So you get
Miz
yeah,
elevates. Like, look what I did for you. I helped you to ensure you got a match at WrestleMania,
right.
a title match for the United States Championship against LA Knight and Jacob. And yeah, so yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because Solo, you don't want to make them look weak. You know,
No.
he's still the bloodline. Either Solo wins it, Jacob wins it, but then you make LA Knight's reign look like, oh, he only had like a what 1 month reign or something, less than a month reign. It's kind of like, why do that? You could have stayed champion this whole time, and then he would have had like 100 and 200 something day reign.
Well, we'll look at
Yeah.
this. Would you rather have LA Knight as champion versus the match that you want Jacob and Mello, or do you want Shinsuke Nakamura as champion?
Oh no, LA Knight.
You know what I mean? Exactly. There you
No, I mean,
go.
no offense to Nakamura, he's been a great wrestler throughout his career,
Yeah, yeah.
but I
It's
think
just
he just
gimmick
had that.
wise.
Yeah, I think he had too much that stop and go stuff where like he would be gone for a year, come back, win the title, be
Right.
gone again. I think that's happened before to him too, where he would be gone for a while, win a title, then
Yeah,
lose it like a
it's not the
month
first
later, and
time.
it's like
Yeah.
yeah, I think they should just make him like either just let him retire or let him wrestle in Japan for a while, and then or just let him go and let him go to Noah or New Japan, or just
You
let
know,
him
he can have
retire.
a good feud with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what he needs. He needs a rivalry because he even had a rivalry with Cody Rhodes.
yeah, for a little bit.
Shinsuke Nakamura is not a championship placeholder.
No.
He's more. I mean, he does. I mean, it's cool. It's a temporary thing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the 98 days. It was just like the fact that he was champion. It was the fact that you guys they didn't do nothing with him for
Yeah.
98 days. It has nothing to do, it's not Shinsuke Nakamura.
No.
It's not, we're not blaming him. It's just like, why do you not use him properly? Like he
Right.
could have been in a storyline with somebody, but you didn't. He
Yeah.
could have been
Or
in a
make him like
program with Braun
or make the
Strowman.
veteran thing. Yeah. The
Yeah.
veteran thing where he's a veteran and he's facing Carmelo Hayes and like, hey
Yeah.
kid. Or
He
bring somebody else in, bring
open
somebody else in.
challenge with the NXT.
Ooh, yeah. That'd be kind of
Something,
cool.
you know, open. He didn't even do an open challenge. It was just that was the issue. It was just. It seems to me, you know how I told you earlier, where those years, I only remember the main event storylines. I feel like that's what's gonna happen within the next 2 or 3 years. That I'm only gonna remember the main event storylines. You know,
Right.
so like let I don't know. It's gonna be kind of interesting how
I
wrestling
don't know.
goes.
Well, you think they'll be like that? Because I feel like a lot of the divisions are doing better. Like technically the World Heavyweight title, would you consider that like equal to the WWE Championship, or would you consider it more like under it?
At this moment, I mean, that's tough to say because it's not the world heavyweight title with the same lineage.
Okay.
Is that did I say
Let
that
me
word
change the
right?
question. Let me change the question.
Yeah,
Lineage. Yeah. Let me
yeah.
change the question. Let's say WrestleMania is only one night. They bring it back to one
Uh-huh.
night only. It's April 19th on a Saturday or Sunday, right?
Okay.
You have to choose between the WWE Championship title match or the World Heavyweight Championship title match. Which one would be the main event? Only one. Because remember, one night only.
Just the title. Okay, so
Just
without the
one of them.
champion, the just the belt. No superstar.
No,
I
the current
oh
lineup we
even
have now. So
oh then
Cena
Cody
versus
Rhodes. Yeah.
yeah.
Cody Rhodes. And yeah, the
So
WWE.
so in that time in your mind, the World Heavyweight title will not be considered the main event match, a storyline kind of. It'll be like the second or the beginning, the first match of the night, or it'll be like
Semi main event.
semi main event.
Yeah.
Because then you forget the women's ones are interesting too. You know what I mean? Io
Well,
Sky
maybe.
versus I don't know, Bianca, Io Sky and Naomi, or maybe a fatal four way for the women's title, and then the WWE women's title is Stratton versus Flair, so that could be main event too. You know what I mean? Like it'd be hard if you pace
Eh,
that just one main event match because it's like 4 or 5 matches right
And you
there.
just said it right there. Isn't the women's Royal Rumble Supposed to main event WrestleMania.
Yeah. See, that's how it's like, huh?
So why is Cody Rhodes like what? So what's the main event? You know what I mean? Like that's where how is it the Royal Rumble through I think was it WrestleMania 30? See, I don't remember years. 20, I think 21. So WrestleMania 37, right? And
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
38, 38, 39. Those three matches, the women's matches, were supposed to main event WrestleMania night one.
Hmm.
The only so Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair actually did close out the
Yeah,
show.
it did. Yeah.
WrestleMania 38, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey was supposed to close out the show. Technically, it did, as the key on paper, it did.
Yeah.
The segment was Kevin Owens and Stone Cold that turned into a match,
Yeah, that was funny.
which closed out the show and became the main event. But leading up to the show, the main event was Charlotte and Rhea Ripley. All
Oh,
right.
Ronda? No.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, Ronda.
Ronda. Yeah.
39 is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Once again, was supposed to main event WrestleMania 39 for
Right.
night one, but it ended up being the tag team match. They changed it because the tag team match was supposed to open up the show for
And that was
WrestleMania. Yeah,
the tag team match was Owens and no, that
Sami
was
Zayn,
Sami Zayn versus
Owens.
the Usos. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
See. That's 39.
yes,
WrestleMania.
that was
Okay.
supposed to open up WrestleMania night one,
And they moved it because it's like,
and
well,
they
this is
moved
more
it to the
important. Yeah, see.
yeah, and they bumped Charlotte and Rhea Ripley down the card.
Mm.
So,
See, this is why I think if they kept WrestleMania one night only, it would
mm,
be really hard to like choose a main event because, like you said, the Rumble winner of the men and the women should main event, but there's only one night. You know,
right. So that's
you,
why I got confused. Where it's like, wait, so Jey
hmm,
Uso won the Royal Rumble.
hmm.
Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. Technically, they're supposed to go on and main event
One
WrestleMania.
night, night one and two,
Yes.
and
Close
then
out
The
the
Rock,
show.
yeah, but no, but now we have John Cena as a heel,
Who won the Elimination
the
Chamber?
Chamber. Then the month, what, like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, no, a month later, almost a month later. It's February 1st to March
He's going to
1st.
be in the main event with Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. That's closing out WrestleMania Night 2
Yeah,
now.
that's gotta do. Yeah, that's got to. So you pretty much. That's why I think the Chamber and the Rumble should not be in the same like area.
Yeah,
The Chamber should be moved to like the summer or spring. Make that for the
right.
SummerSlam. But no, now
Yeah.
you have like this little thing where
Thank you.
wait, I won the Rumble. Why am I bumped out of the night main event?
Yes.
That's the point of the Rumble. The Chamber is there because it's like, oh, the Chamber, but now it's like I'm supposed to be number night one and or night two. Now I'm like the Smith semi and night one or night two, and in the women's
So,
match too. You
right.
know?
I feel to me personally, Royal Rumble is you main event. I mean, we
Hmm.
could discuss it.
You may
So,
you.
imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine the winners of the Royal Rumbles. They should both this. They should both be the top main event for what's it called? For either night one or two. So either you could either split them. You guys are closing. They're the main. You guys are the main event for WrestleMania one or
Mhm.
two, or both. They're both the main event for WrestleMania, but one of them is closing out the show, right?
Right.
And then the Elimination Chamber, it's the same thing where it's like you guys are going to be the semi main event, or one of you guys are going to be closing WrestleMania night one,
Yeah.
you know, and all that stuff. Yeah, I feel like it'd just be easier. But again, I do agree with Elimination Chamber should be like a SummerSlam thing because if SummerSlam is going to be 2 nights,
Exactly.
what,
Yeah.
why? What's the purpose?
Yeah. Because then
Oh,
if you win the Chamber,
yeah,
you choose your belt. Like, oh, at SummerSlam, I'm going for the World
right.
Heavyweight title. Okay, and then the other title. Okay, then that's we built a storyline with the loser of that
Yeah.
match. The loser of the Chamber, this runner up goes after the other title. Actually,
Then you could have a
yeah,
woman. It doesn't even have to be the world. I would say maybe
yeah,
the world heavyweight. It could you can mix it up. Like maybe
yeah,
one 1 year. what's it called? Have the Intercontinental Champion, tournament. Elimination Chamber, basically, what they did for King of the Ring last year.
Yeah,
Instead of King of the Ring, just do the Elimination Chamber, you
yeah.
know, call it King of the Cage or something, and then at
Yeah,
least that way, you know, it could still be a King of the Ring concept match,
yeah.
just
But yeah,
Elimination Chamber.
because the thing is, the King of the Ring winner also goes for a title match.
Yeah,
So if they do the King of the Ring in May or April, May or June, they
right.
have a world title match at the next, I don't know, Riyadh show, or they have it at SummerSlam. I don't know. That's
So,
where night two
so
comes in.
And then when you do, and you look what they did for the Elimination Chamber, it was still, you still have to qualify to be part of it. It's the only
Right.
thing is with the Royal Rumble is apparently everybody could win it, but
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber is mainly the top stars, right?
Yeah.
Which is,
Top six or top five.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there's qualify matches.
Right.
So it's like no different with the King of the Ring. It's like, well, you guys got to qualify, and then go on to the Elimination Chamber, and then whoever wins becomes King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Because obviously you just took everybody out. You're the last person standing, and then you go on to SummerSlam
So I have a
or
question for you.
WrestleMania. But again, it's for the world title.
So you think if they change the format, this is what my format will be next year, 2026, right? Rumble. You win the Rumble, you go to WrestleMania. They put the King of the Ring in May or June. You main event SummerSlam either night.
Mm,
You put it's a Chamber in September or October. You main event Survivor Series,
okay.
and in the War Games match, you win that. That whoever team wins that, I don't know. Would War Games be
Well,
more
War
like
Games is a tag team.
yeah? So that'd
It's
be
a
more
yeah.
yeah.
It's
But
a
you know what I
five
mean?
on
Like
five Survivor Series
you should have
match.
each of those matches as like the Rumble. You win the Rumble. The only that person main events either night one or night two of the men. Let's say the men winner main events night two or night one, and the woman winner wins. One. I mean, night one or night two, and then the other
There it is
titles like
everywhere.
I know, like I'm lost. But then the King of the
I get what you
Ring,
mean, though.
yeah, the King of the Ring, and that's
I don't think they
but
should do. Here's the thing. I don't think they should do the King of the Ring. I don't like the whole tournament.
yeah.
Uh, like I said, I like the
Oh,
concept of what's it called, the Elimination Chamber shit.
yeah,
To just have a one-on-one match in the end, it's cool. But again, I like that as a gimmick.
yeah. You forget the Money in the Bank too. Forget about that one.
Oh yeah, see, there's just
That one could main event SummerSlam too, or could main event Survivor Series, or
I think I'm
whatever.
gonna be honest. I think Money in the Bank needs to money in the bank is another thing. It doesn't even have to be a ladder match. It could be elimination chamber. It does look like a safe.
Yeah.
So it could be the ultimate X version too. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be
So
kind of fire though. But I don't see like Jacob Fatu being an Ultimate X match. Maybe, well,
yeah,
maybe
maybe.
I could see him do it, but I don't think like I could see Braun Strowman being an Ultimate X match.
Yeah, I think Money in the Bank, the ladder match concept either has to be removed, or once again stop using the briefcase as a storyline.
Or do you think they should stop making a chamber as a pay-per-view? Just have it as a special, like not even like a title contender match. It'd be like we all six hate each other's guts. We're gonna destroy each other, and whoever comes out winner, you know, either just make
Like
that a title
like
match.
how they used to do it in back in the
Or
days.
just make it a title match where Triple H faced all these guys and then he became the world champ. Or Shawn Michaels came out as world champion. Remember that? Like it was actually the title was actually defended in the chamber.
Yeah, like
So
back in the old days, not making
yeah,
it.
so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
what I'm
this
saying.
chamber match should have been if you win, you win the title, and then you
Yeah,
main
put
event
the title.
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
and
I
then
felt
and
like it
then
should have
yeah,
happened this year. It
and
should
then
have
whoever
happened.
wins the chamber faces the Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
If the Royal Rumble chooses you, obviously, if the Royal Rumble winner chose the World Heavyweight title at the Chamber, the World Heavyweight title's on the line. If you come out of that as champion, you face Jey Uso at WrestleMania. But now we're doing like, oh no, now we have two people contenders for both titles, but now you got to choose which night you choose. But then the woman's screwed because now she,
See, yeah, that's where it's like what you just said. I mean, you kind of repeated yourself
yeah, I
after
know,
we
yeah,
just
I'm
said,
sorry, yeah,
but
I'm
you have
sorry,
the Royal Rumble, men's and women's. the whole purpose of having a women's is to main event WrestleMania, close out. But when you have two chambers, it's like, well, now one of the chamber, John Cena, is bro, that's a main event against Cody
Exactly.
Rhodes.
Automatically.
Yeah.
No
So,
question.
but Jey Uso needs to close out the show because he won the Royal Rumble. But that's not a main event match no more.
Exactly.
So, I'm gonna be honest. I think the only main event match now is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Baby, heel or not, that's the only WrestleMania match. You know, I don't know.
It's tough.
It's crazy, but like I said, the concept of an elimination chamber, I do like it though. I don't
Yeah,
get me
yeah.
wrong. It doesn't make sense of the what should main event. Like, why are you promoting saying, hey, the winner of the Royal Rumble match is gonna go on to main event WrestleMania? Great. Drew, it's Jey Uso versus Gunther. Like you said earlier, what if it was one night? Cool, no problem. Jey Uso versus Gunther. It's a rematch, but you know what? It's a story. This is the new Jeff Hardy for this era. I
Hmm.
understand. Okay. But then you have the Elimination Chamber where it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes, where it's like, damn, bro, is that the new main event now?
Exactly. And they were a month apart. You understand? If they were like
Yeah,
3 months apart, the Rumble and the Chamber, but
right.
they're literally a month apart. It was like February 1st to March 1st.
So if that was a possibility, why not just have John Cena win the Royal Rumble?
Exactly. Then guaranteed he would have just gone for Cody
Yeah.
Rhodes.
And then
But now you're like,
he could have still turned heel.
exactly. Then you're like, oh, then the following Monday Night Raw, he could have shook his hand because Netflix
Right.
would want the numbers.
Yeah.
Boom, do the same hit in the gut.
It didn't
Same
have to
whatever.
happen in the elimination chamber. Yeah.
Exactly.
It should have been Jey Uso winning the elimination chamber. Because at
And,
least that way it would have worked out on the story of John Cena picking Cody Rhodes.
yeah.
Gunther is furious. I am upset.
Hmm.
Wow. That's fine, no worries. Because he wants to face John Cena. And he wants to be in the main event, right? Close out the show. But
Right.
that's fine. Now the other six competitors, what's it called, are gonna go through the elimination chamber. All these top guys in it. And obviously it could be the same wrestlers that were just recently in it, except John Cena replaced Jey Uso. Jey
Ooh.
Uso wins the chamber. He could have entered number one, right? And last all five, and he won. Then Gunther would have been upset of the fact that, damn, I gotta go face this dude. And then you could have built up a program with John Cena because Gunther is upset that Cena
Right.
didn't pick him because he's stuck with Jay now at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
there could have been a whole thing of that. And we would have been wanting this match more because it's like, hey, you know what? Props to him because this would have been the whole Kofi and Daniel Bryan, you know,
Ooh.
like it would have been similar to it, not Kofi Mania, just similar to the story of Kofi and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, but yeah, it should have just been flipped because eventually John Cena could have still turned heel, you know, or better. Look, he turned heel and we still haven't seen him. I mean, we'll probably see him this Friday on SmackDown. Actually, uh, yeah, we'll probably be seeing him this Friday on SmackDown. Maybe I don't know.
Hmm.
But yeah, we're heading towards WrestleMania season, and they're going to be doing a lot of tours overseas. So he's going to be on Raw and SmackDown
I
apparently.
think the rest of leading up to WrestleMania is all overseas. There's no
Yeah,
US shows. You're like,
I think there's one U.S. show. Uh, I think one or two before because they're coming back in Chicago. Remember that?
oh yeah, yeah.
That's in April.
And Milwaukee.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's not in April. So I think it's throughout the whole March, I believe.
Yeah, pretty much leading up to
Yeah, April
throughout March.
basically.
Yeah, pretty much April, yeah, because
Yeah,
April 19 is the show. 19,
right.
20.
420, baby. So, all right. What else anything else you want to say? Add up?
Oh,
not to finish the show, just to like finish the segment.
the Travis Scott thing where he legitimately punched Cody Rhodes, dude.
Oh, that black guy.
I would have told his ass like after adding the back, hey man, you're gonna ruin what if you got injured? You would have screwed up the whole show. I would have been like, hey man, I would even tell him not to. That's why I don't like celebrities in like
Facts,
game.
bro.
Like,
Facts.
why? You could literally hurt this guy. Let's say he's out for a month. He can't main event WrestleMania. You literally ruined the show.
Right.
So I'm like, hey man, I think they should probably just been like, hey, Travis Scott, either don't be there or just stay in the background, you know.
They were trying to recreate Scott. Was that guy from Scottie
Dennis
Pippen?
Rodman. Dennis
Dennis
Rodman.
Rodman. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Dennis. Damn,
That was
Scottie Pippen.
stupid. That was
That's what they
dumb.
were trying to do. And I was like, that was not necessary. Like, and again,
Yeah.
don't give me, I had mixed feelings. It was a cool moment, but again, I liked it until Travis Scott got involved. That was my
Yeah.
issue. He
Like,
is
bro,
not a
you could have
he's
injured.
not a
What if you injured him
pro.
worse? You could have
Yeah.
punched him in you could have broken his a bone in his face, and he would have been
Yeah.
out for 2 months. Like, thanks a lot,
And
Travis
that
Scott.
was
You ruined it.
that was the crazy part. How hard did you hit him? I saw the hit.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought it was just a quick jab.
no,
And
he
then I
landed.
heard that then yeah, and then I saw different angle shots of it. And he said, no, Travis Scott went full swing.
Yeah,
And I was like, damn. I was like,
yeah.
for what? Why would you even do that? What was it?
Why were you? Yeah.
Yeah, why would you even thought, oh, let me hit him? If you're not even pro.
Exactly. I like the only one I would trust in that situation would be like Bad Bunny or Logan Paul because they proved themselves at least in the ring.
Yeah,
But like if you get a random celebrity, I mean, I did like the Mayweather thing because I think Mayweather knows how to like hold back a punch or something. But some celebrities should not be involved in any physical activity unless they've been trained for at least like
right.
in the ring. But he
Travis
literally,
Scott was a
yeah,
perfect example.
yeah, that's an example where like, hey, we like celebrities. Obviously, that's the appeal of them, but they should not get physical, especially before WrestleMania, because they could
Yeah.
legitimately injure the guy. What if he did break a bone in
Or at least
Cody's face?
for I mean, I don't know if they rehearsed it or not, but
I don't think they did.
I really hope that they took this opportunity of saying, you know what, we got to start rehearsing with these celebrities,
Mhm.
or better yet, don't do what you're not told.
Yeah, don't hit
Yeah,
nobody. Why are you
right.
even hitting him anyways? You're not even a wrestler. What's the
Yeah,
outcome of that? You're gonna end up wrestling Cody Rhodes on Raw the next week, you know? Like unless the celebrity's wrestling,
mhm.
then yeah, okay, let's have a match on Raw or SmackDown, whatever. Yeah, SmackDown or Raw. Then yeah, but if they're not trained to be a wrestler, you're just gonna be like, I just punch him in the face because I'm a bad guy. I'm like Dennis Rodman.
Travis. But that's the thing. This is what I don't understand about why he was again. Nothing against Travis Scott,
Yeah, he has good music, but still,
but
know
what
your
is
lane.
the him being there, being a badass, he was cool until the point he got involved by it has nothing to do with him touching hitting Cody Rhodes. It's the fact that he got involved because so what? Are we supposed to hate Travis Scott too? Like that's where I don't like celebrities being involved because well,
Right.
you want us to buy your music, right? We're supposed to like you.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I mean? That's where I don't get it. So that's where I was like, okay, whatever. And then the punch did bother me, but it is what it is. Again, that's more of a clearly this guy's not a pro.
Right.
Stop getting celebrities who are not pros and also uh rehearse.
Yeah.
rehearse.
Like if you're gonna
Rehearse
punch a
with
guy,
them. Right.
like literally try not to hurt him. I mean,
Yeah.
he could literally ruin you could ruin WrestleMania. He literally almost did if Cody Rhodes got injured worse.
Yeah. It
Like
was
Cody would have to
swollen.
go into WrestleMania with
It's swollen
oh yeah.
everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's not even a black guy. It's red.
And luckily it wasn't like, oh hey, can you do a DDT on him? Can you do like a power bomb on him?
Right.
You know what I mean? That could have injured him really bad. Like Cody could have been out with a back injury or a neck injury. Then you're like,
Cody
oh, we
Rhodes
just screwed.
he does need to give Travis Scott a receipt because remember John Cena has been screwed by celebrities
Yeah.
and he gives them an attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
So
That Cody Rhodes,
Cody
yeah.
Rhodes got to do the same thing, you know.
Like hit him for real. Like, oh yeah, hurt me for real. Like, oh yeah, how does that feel? You know how
But Cody Rhodes won't do it though. He won't do it
no. Unless
unless
somebody tells him like, hey, man,
yeah.
back in the day they would like the Undertaker would be like, hey, what the hell? hit him back, hit him for real. Next time you're in the ring with a celebrity, sock him in the mouth. I think that happened a couple times though with some celebrities.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
went too hard, and then the wrestlers like, hey, if they come back the next show, literally hit him in the gut or something, like knock him out or something, or something like that.
Damn.
Back in the day, they would do that stuff. Like, hey, you're supposed to
We
like
got we got to get
tap
Cody
him.
Rhodes. We got to get Cody Rhodes, Bad Bunny versus Travis
Oh,
Scott and The Rock.
and then, hey, Cody, like, hey,
Hey, is
I'll
the
give you the
rumors is the rumors true about Travis Scott trying to be a wrestler, or is that fake, or is it just people?
I don't know. They should. Some people should not. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some celebrities have done really well, like Steven Arnell. Was that Steve Arnell,
I
Green
have no
Arrow guy?
idea.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
a
him. Oh, the
yeah.
Green Arrow guy. Yeah.
And then obviously Bad Bunny,
Oh, he should come and
Logan
help. Because
Yeah, it'd be
isn't he?
crazy.
Isn't the Arrow guy part of the DC universe?
Yeah, but I don't think I don't know if he's still the Green Arrow. I don't know. You know how like sometimes like there's
Yeah,
like,
I know that. I think
but
they
yeah,
canceled the show, but I'm saying, but because
yeah,
of Black Adams and
yeah.
Peacemaker, so
Yo,
it
yeah, he's
works
part of the
out.
DC universe. Yeah, he is. I mean, even that one guy, I don't know his name. He's like a bigger guy. He's trying to wrestle Paul something. He was on, I
Never
don't
heard
know.
of it.
He won an Oscar or something like that, or an Academy Award. He's been trying to wrestle too, but Paul
Yeah,
Arnell,
WWE is not going to be the same. It's gonna be a different format in the future. I
yeah,
mean, WWE is still gonna be WWE, but it's not going to be how it used to be.
yeah,
It's gonna be more I mean it's gonna have its downfalls eventually. It's gonna go back to how it used to be,
yeah.
but it's gonna be in the phase where right now how they're treating it, it's the NX, it's the new NFL because they're trying to have eventually I think the direction that they're going to be going base is they're not going to have independent wrestlers no more. They're going to be looking more for scholarships.
I mean, no, they do both.
Yeah.
You seen the format they did? They have the ID and the
Yeah, I know.
NL, and then Evolve, and then LFG, and then they have NX, like that kind of format. Yeah, they're gonna still keep independence. Like the ID program has like a few people.
I just don't know. Here's the thing. I just don't think it's going to work out. I
Mm.
think the one thing that's going to be long, it's going to be one of the or one of the other. I don't think they're both going to work out. Because the independent, they're even doing the ID, they're even doing a title holder for it, man. Like
Yeah.
that's cool, but at the same time, it's like I don't get the whole ID of if is this the new NXT. I feel like they're just doing too much. I just think
Well,
they're just doing too much.
I think they wanted to eventually bring back like NXT Europe and stuff, but they haven't really pulled the trigger on that. They talked about it like 2 years ago.
Well, what they're trying to do is
So
so
I think ID and ID and now are to bring athletes from around the world,
mhm,
athletes and not athletes, because they could work with each other. Because like if a guy comes, let's say a guy comes in has India experience, 10 years of wrestling, right?
right.
He could work with the NIL person, like, hey, this is how we wrestle. Obviously, that independent guy has to follow WWE format,
Mhm.
because obviously no, you're not all flips and stuff. But then it's like, here, this is what I did in the Indies, but we could work together. And then the now could be like, well, this is what I bring because I was on a stage of like, I was a football player on the Alabama Crimson Tide. We won a national championship or whatever your sport.
Right.
So we're on bigger stages. We're at 80,000 stadium, 80,000 people stadium for the college playoffs, or we were at gymnastics. I was in the Olympics for, United States or whatever country. So it's kind of like they could work with each other because, like, oh, I have the wrestling experience and I have the experience with being in crowds of 80,000 people, for a championship of some kind, of some sport.
And that's
You know
what
what I
they're
mean?
trying to be like WWE. Every big event, they want to be in football stadiums now. Like again, they're trying to be like the NFL. It's not like how it used to be, where it's like, oh, we're trying to be in arenas. It's like, how about you try to sell out in arenas first
Yeah,
before, sell out the whole arenas. Do 2 nights of arenas. It doesn't make sense to do 2 nights of stadiums.
right.
Like they're doing too much, but like they got the money now.
It's all TKO, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's all
that.
TKO. They're
Yeah,
trying to be like the UFC and the new NFL and all that stuff. Like I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but
No.
eventually it's just not gonna work out because they don't understand. It's kind of like Ted Turner and WCW. It's just like I just want to compete with Vince McMahon. I don't know anything about wrestling. I just want to compete with Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
It's kind of what TKO is doing. It's like, but who are you competing with?
You're the top
Like,
gods right now.
yeah, it's like why can't you just leave the format how it is? It's like I get you're trying to evolve and trying to make all this money, stocks and all that stuff, but it's just that's all it is, man. It's all about the money,
Right.
man. But damn, that's a bummer.
It is.
So, anything else you want to say about this topic?
I mean, I'm excited for WrestleMania season. I'm just so confused how it's gonna end up, like title picture wise and stuff like that. Like obviously they don't have the lineup of WrestleMania yet, like who's the night one, night two, but it'd be kind of interesting to see what happens.
Who's going over? Cody Rhodes or John Cena?
For like, I would say John Cena, because if you do all that to turn heel, you got to win the title. It's kind of like you do all that and you lose. It's like, why do we turn heel? Just say a face that time. I mean, face versus face. But I would see John Cena winning it, but then I would see him losing it like at like Survivor Series or SummerSlam. Have it like for a few months.
Hmm. I
That's
would say, I would say, I would say this: have John Cena win the title,
mhm.
have him pull the Brock Lesnar card because that would be the biggest hypocrite he will ever do. Because he did that with Brock Lesnar, he did that with The
Oh,
Rock. While they took the title home, John Cena was still wrestling. He was working less days at that time, but if he wins the title and goes off to Hollywood and we don't see him until who knows how long,
yeah.
he will be the biggest heel ever. And then this is also during his last tour.
Exactly. Like, oh, like because it's like December. I think this. It's like, oh, I'm coming back November. I'm coming back for Survivor Series. Like, that's like 7 months from now, right? Like, yeah, okay, I'll be here.
SummerSlam,
So
bro,
I say,
that's too long.
yeah,
SummerSlam is two
SummerSlam.
nights this year. But that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Can you imagine him winning the title, showing up on Raw the next night and SmackDown, and then that's it? All right, guys, I'll see you at
no,
SummerSlam.
he wouldn't even say nothing. He comes on SmackDown or Raw, gets the mic, just walks out, just drops the mic and walks
Chops
out. Like
it, yeah.
how he did at the press conference. Like he just walks in, he walks off, and then I'll see you guys later, and then I'll see you
He should
Survivor.
do definitely he definitely needs to do that.
Then when he
So
wrestles again, you're like, oh, this son of a gun. You want to hate
now
him.
John Cena, let's say he does win the title.
Yeah.
Who do you think he should drop it back to Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns? I think he should drop it to Roman Reigns because then they could start a feud right there. Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns could recreate their rivalry. Here's the thing: it does not
Hmm.
that does not have to be a WrestleMania match. I'm not saying build it up to WrestleMania. Nah, it can happen right there, right then. You know why? Because they have all these great pay per views. After SummerSlam, let's just say John Cena, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wins. Next pay per view, Backlash. That would be a nice pay per view for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Backlash or Payback.
Hmm.
You know,
Right. Hmm. I don't know. I would say CM Punk.
ooh, CM Punk. That's a nice one. Nothing wrong with that one.
No, because it's like, but then you still have like Seth Rollins bringing down your neck. You still have like Drew McIntyre bringing down your neck.
I'm gonna be
You know?
honest, man. I'm getting tired of that feud. I'm getting tired of Seth Rollins and CM Punk. So I'm
Because
really
I
getting
think for
tired
that,
of it.
for me, I think if John Cena wins, he loses to Punk at like you said, in the middle. It could be Money in the Bank. It could be Survivor Series, right?
It could be a
No,
cash in
SummerSlam.
too.
Cash in, right? Um, yeah, CM Punk wins the Money in the Bank. Oh, that's a good idea. And then he cashes in against John Cena like SummerSlam. Then and then night one, and then night two, Seth Rollins wants to go for the title at night two.
Hey, hold on. You just said it. What if CM Punk wins Money in the Bank briefcase, right?
Yeah.
And he holds on to it until next year's WrestleMania to ensure he main events.
Oh, okay.
So imagine, so he wins this year's Money in the Bank. He goes on to the Royal Rumble. He loses. No problem. I'm not going to enter the Elimination Chamber. Why? I got the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Right.
I just went to the Royal Rumble was the only thing because it's an accomplish, right? To say, oh yeah, I won the Royal Rumble. I'm gonna go on and main event WrestleMania. And also I'm gonna main event WrestleMania night 1 and 2 because that's the Royal Rumble winner and is the money in the bank briefcase holder.
But the only problem with that is that CM Punk refuses to go to Saudi Arabia, and next year's Royal Rumble is in
Ah,
Saudi
damn.
Arabia.
You're
So he's
right.
gonna. I will see him winning Money in the Bank, but he could see
So
it go
yeah. Oh, so you can still do my fantasy booking with the money in the bank briefcase on because it works
exactly.
out because then he
Yeah,
ain't gonna go to the Royal Rumble.
yeah, he ain't going to Saudi Arabia, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So
But let's just say, but regardless, now okay, so cool. It still works out. But at least that way it still secures the whole build up for the Royal Rumble. Now let's just say he
exactly.
goes to the Royal Rumble and loses. It's cool. I'm still gonna cash in my money in the briefcase at WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Which one? WrestleMania night 1 or 2? We got it. You gotta wait and find out. And then they go from there. He doesn't even have to win.
Exactly. No, I
So,
would see him win because then you could like
oh,
you
Seth
could
Rollins. If
yeah,
Seth
because that
Rollins was
because no,
champion.
yeah, because that's the only way I could see that title, the feud ending is in a title match. Like that's
Mm.
the way to kill that. Like, Raw, you say you're sick of it, but like at the same time, like it has to be a title match. Like otherwise,
Yeah, yeah. I'm just it just needs to it needs a break. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
just, it just needs a break. The feud already has happened.
yeah.
Um I'm just tired of the feud. Like it's happened. It should have happened last year. Uh we finally got it. I get it. Seth Rollins hates CM Punk. Cool. Like move on from it.
Right.
I feel like that's all I gotta say. Just move on. I feel like Seth Rollins should go on SmackDown. I feel like he's not really needed on Raw at the moment. I feel like we should be seeing more of Roman Reigns.
Right.
So, but we'll see.
All right, it's time to finish up this episode. If you liked today's episode, please leave us a 5-star frog slash review, like, subscribe, and on YouTube. I'm Ever El Minestro. Thank you.
IAN is who I am. A storyteller is who I'm trying to be. Thanks to everyone who tuned in on this episode. This is New Entry Wrestling Podcast. This is the place to get your wrestling reviews, prediction, and fantasy booking. Catch you next time. Deuces.